This is a high-quality Giclee of a painting that I made, 1999. It was long ago sold. And this was one of my first attempts at encaustic. And the painting is long gone, but I have this nice Giclee, and I'm going to enhance it with encaustic paint now. I'm going to put a clear coat of medium over it, and then I will go in with enhancing details. So here goes the first clear coat. It will mute it a bit, but I want to have that surface to work on as I build more textures over it. So, of course, that has to be fused, which I will do. In this case, I didn't heat the paper first, and I know the medium isn't going on quite as smoothly, but I didn't want to catch it on fire. And I will post more on the process later. Well, here we are now. I have the 2 coats of clear medium on this, and I will fuse that in now. I don't want to get too many coats on. I'm going to build a nice base, which gives a subtlety and a dimension to it, but I don't want to completely obliterate the coloring underneath it. It's soaking into the paper quite a bit, so I think I'm going to have to put another layer, particularly in the background, on this. Well, I have the encaustic medium on this now. It's cooling a little bit. Of course, it mutes it a little bit. It will clear as it cools. But I'm going to now do some oil glaze on top. I'm using some liquid to dilute the black that I'm going to be working with. So it's just a glaze. And I'm going to darken some of these darks. And I'm going to even add some darker glaze on this side because I'm going to be going over with a lighter blue encaustic, and so I want the base to have contrast. So, to the shadowing, and maybe even a little bit more. The liquid will give it a glaze-like look and also help it to dry. Of course, I'm going to have to fuse this in, and before I can continue. And I'll probably be adding more oil glazes, maybe with some RNF oil sticks. They are wonderful. I really enjoy using those. Now I'm starting to build the design and texture. I'm using a simple little hot pen, which I can draw with, and just putting in some of these kind of abstracted shapes just for adding some more interest. And it doesn't have to be fused because this is already hot, so I can build and build up more layers by going back over them, so I could really make them stand out as texture. And of course, what I'm using is the encaustic paint. This happens to be liquid, but with this hot pen, you really don't have to have it liquid because this will melt it onto the pen and into the encaustic base here. It's kind of fun. And just changing it a bit, bringing it into the now a little bit more. And this was an older painting. One of the series that I was doing. I used this model who posed for me for several paintings in exchange for art lessons. So that was a good exchange. Now I'm going to touch up some of this texture that I've made with the encaustic paint and the hot pen with some gold encaustic. I just put some gold powder, a pigment powder, into the clear encaustic, and just add some sparkle to this. And I think I'll put some up into her hair also, the flowers in her hair. This is a very simple little pen that I use quite a bit. I used to use a more expensive, fancier one, but I find this one works just fine. And what is it? It's from what? I can't, there's so much caustic on it, I can't read the label. Well, this might be considered gilding the lily a bit with its golden hair, but it's kind of fun. So now I'm going to change colors and get this very pretty pink color from R&F handmade encaustic paints. And I'm just going to put some of that around it. And as I mentioned, you do not have to fuse this because the heat of this pen, which is used just like a regular dipping pen, fuses it for you. So there, you aren't going to lose the shape. I'll just add a couple more berries or something, get that color somewhere else. And it's pretty much, this part of the painting is pretty much finished. I think I will maybe add a little bit white, take down some of this gold, and then do some oil glazing on it. One of the nice things about using this hot pen, the encaustic doesn't have to be hot and liquid. You can see it, the pen melts right into the solid encaustic and can be used the same way. Do some kind of suggestions of leaves here. I think I'll carry it onto this side too to kind of balance it. Now I'm going to put some oil glaze in. It's one of my favorite colors from R&F. It's the alizarin orange, which is very nice for glazing. And I'm just going to rub some of this in here. And then take it down with some paper towel. So it's just really a glaze. It just brightens it up. You see how that's the wonderful color, just brightens up the whole look of it. I can pull that into the figure a bit also. Now let's see, any other colors that I want in here? You know, I think a little alizarin crimson would be nice too. Well, I'll treat the alizarin crimson just the same way as I did the alizarin orange. Alizarins, as you know, are great for glazing. And just kind of get some of that movement through here. So taking the old painting, just giving it a new life. So with a very light touch, I'm fusing the oil glazing into the layers of encaustic underneath so it'll be permanent. Not using a heavy hand with it, just till it turns shiny, and then it is finished. And there we go. New life for an old painting.